John Fleming, an innocent black man, was beaten and framed by cops and dragged off a bus by Michigan police when he was falsely accused of stealing from Walmart. Tyrone Bowman live. Welcome to the program on tonight. This video is from Indisputable with Dr. Richey. So let's get into this video and let's find out exactly what happened here. And oftentimes individuals say they don't like stories like this. Well, when cops stop framing people and using racism and bigotry all the time, then I'll stop talking about it. Until then, if it's newsworthy, I have to discuss it here. All right, let's get right into this video.
Cops falsely accuse a man of theft, drags the man off a bus. They beat the man to find out that the man did no such thing. Put it up full mass. Here we go. Michigan police dragged a black male off of a city bus. Decided to beat him up before bringing him to a Walmart. They brought him to the Walmart to prove he stole the items. It turns out they were completely wrong. He's now filing a lawsuit. Here's what happened. John Fleming had committed no crime, nothing, when he was accosted on a city bus 3 years ago by Michigan cops who accused him of shoplifting from a local Walmart, kneeing and punching the then 30-year-old black male before dragging him off the bus, despite him repeatedly telling them he had receipts for his purchases. Once he was off the bus, Flint Township police officers forced him to lie down face first on the sidewalk while they continued to strike him, according to a lawsuit filed by Mr. Fleming last month. But once they saw he actually had a receipt, the cops decided to take him to the Walmart, where employees who had initially called police accusing him of shoplifting matched his receipt to the items in his possession, which proved he had stolen nothing. That's according to Michigan Live. Now,
I was shocked to learn how much of my information is online. Name.
Had initially called police accusing him of shoplifting, matched his receipt to the items in his possession, which proved he had stolen nothing. That's according to Michigan Live. Now, let's state the obvious. You mean to tell me that police officers are so concerned about the property of Walmart that they engage in a takedown on a city damn bus, beat a man, find the receipts on the man? That's not good enough. Obviously, Walmart is right. Walmart would have never called police on someone who didn't steal, or maybe the police didn't give a damn. They take the man to the Walmart, proving he never stole anything. What caused the officers to do this? So the incident took place.
Now, let me insert this here before. Let me insert this here before the video continues. Notice something that's missing here. In all these cases, they never talk about the race and color of the person who always falsely accuses somebody, and they never show them. I'll guarantee you any amount of money the person was white and they were racist, and they are the ones who did it. It makes no sense that cops decide to take their jobs too seriously with this immunity clause that they have in their contracts. They think that they can say and do any and everything to anyone and everybody And because they have the prosecutors to protect them and the courts and the judges to protect them and back them up, they think they can say and do anything. And the only reason why any cop gets convicted because there's such an outcry in demonstrations and hell is raised all across the nation. And then they want to say it's just one bad apple. Forget about that garbage, about one bad apple. There are thousands upon thousands of cops who are liars, thieves, murderers, crooks, adulterers, and everything else. This young man not only should sue them, he should sue them to the wazoo, point blank. Because what they did was malicious, it was intentional, and they knew damn well that they were wrong.
The police didn't give a damn. They take the man to the Walmart, proving he never stole anything. What caused the officers to do this? So the incident took place April 2nd, 2022. After Fleming took the bus to make purchases at a Sam's Club and at a Walmart. After making his purchases, he walked out of the Walmart toward the bus when he realized he needed change for the bus fare. So he turned back around to re-enter the Walmart in hopes of obtaining change. All of this is quite common. However, a Walmart employee demanded his receipt. He refused to provide it, telling the employee he was not required to show a receipt to enter the store. That is correct. That is absolutely correct. You are not required to show a receipt entering an establishment. He then proceeded to get change for the bus before walking back out of the store. But the employee was not happy about Fleming not showing his receipt. So he called the police, accusing the black male of shoplifting. Now, here's the point where, in my opinion, Walmart as a company is liable. He didn't call the police and say, the man did not show me a receipt. Because, see, that's not statutorily illegal. He called the police and said, the man stole. Which, if you believed he stole, you would have put loss prevention on him and never required a receipt in the first place. You would have said he stole. Loss prevention would have handled it from there. You decided to call the police. Fleming was on the bus. The man was on the bus on his way home when Flint Township Police pulled the whole damn bus over. Pulled the bus over to confront him about alleged shoplifting, which he denied. And then he insisted on showing the police his receipts. But the cops began abusing him by kneeing him, as well as slamming his head into the pole on the bus, drawing blood. Michigan Live reported this in 2022. The cops released him and he was transported by ambulance to a local hospital to be treated for his injuries sustained in the arrest. I want you to see these pictures. But the assault did not end there. He was then abused by officers a second time at the hospital in an incident captured on video because he refused to leave without being treated. You see, once he's treated, it provides a record of the injury. Listed as defendants in the lawsuit are Flint Township police officers, Jason Piercy and Sergeant Michael Nemechek. The cops who approached him on the bus along with the county sheriff's deputies, Corey Shirosky and Sean Clayton, who abused him at the hospital. Flint Township, Facebook Jasmine Bureau via Atlanta Black Star provided this information. The lawsuit accuses the officers of unlawful detention and seizure and is asking for more than $75,000 for damages. He was just at a Walmart shopping for his business where he was profiled as a thief. Fleming's sister, Jasmine Burrow, told WJRT a month after the incident. He had receipts for the items were purchased. They did not bother to look at his receipts. He kept yelling, quote, "I have my receipts." He was jailed on charges of trespassing. Can you believe this? He was jailed for not breaking the law. He was jailed for not stealing. So because they were so upset that he's a law-abiding citizen, they decided to throw this man in jail for trespassing and disorderly.
IRS e-file is now open. Snap your W-2.
After the incident, he had receipts for the items were purchased. They did not bother to look at his receipts. He kept yelling, quote, "I have my receipts." He was jailed on charges of trespassing. Can you believe this? He was jailed for not breaking the law. He was jailed for not stealing. So because they were so upset that he's a law-abiding citizen, they decided to throw this man in jail for trespassing and disorderly conduct, resisting and interfering. This man spent 3 days behind bars before he was released. When we talk about cop community and why there's such a separation, this is case in point. Instead of receiving actual charges, he should have received an apology. The only aggression should have been toward the employee or employees who decided to make a matter of a receipt walking into a store an actual criminal case. That's where the aggression should have been. That's where your focus should have been. Nowhere in hell. This makes sense. Now, they're seeking more than $75,000. I don't see Walmart listed currently. I hope they are part of the litigation. I think it's an easy case to make. I believe the reason they are seeking $75,000 or more is because that gets them out of the local jurisdiction and gets them into federal court. All right, Waz, thoughts here?
Man, it's one of those things where you could tell the cops sort of went out about doing their business and set out to create an outcome no matter what.
Yeah.
If they were conducting some form of investigation, which is what the job of the police is, we just never get here. Like, they talk to the guy, they realize they got the wrong person. He's able to show them clearly, like, bro, I didn't steal anything from anybody, and it's fine. But these cops set out to achieve a result no matter what, and they didn't care who was going to get in the way. Civil rights, personal rights, personal respect and dignity, be damned. And this was the result, man. And it's ugly and it's horrible. And I really do hope this brother's family and him are able to be remunerated for this. But it's just obvious what happens here. You're not conducting any level of like, all right, let me find out what happened and make sure I get this right. They just wanted a result, and this was the outcome of that.
Yeah, and the fact that the man had a receipt, he already shopped at the Walmart. They could have easily gone back through the cameras if they really wanted to know if he stole anything or not, and not just jerks. I remember my law school days. My contracts professor would say a receipt is evidence of contracting. But it is not required for you to produce evidence of contracting, because evidence of contracting can be there or not. Contracting could have still taken place. They did no investigation. All right, we'll bring you updates as it comes.
And as I end this video, let me add this to it. All across America, you see this kind of stuff happen every single day. And people think it's just funny because it's not happening to them or their family or their friends. But when it comes close to your door and it's happening where you live and in your neck of the woods, in your neighborhood with your family and your friends, then you'll begin to understand why we must continue to be activists. Dr. Rashad Richey, he is a professor. He's a lawyer. He does a great job. Check out his channel, Undisputed. And one of the main reasons why now I'm a criminal justice major, working on getting my degree in criminology, then going on to law school. and becoming a real serious activist for criminal justice reform, because I'm tired of it. I'm sick and tired of what I see and what I witness and what I hear every single day. And when I get the chance, I'm going to write a book. And I'm going to talk about my 10 years of incarceration that led me to become what I'm going to do now. Because when you are falsely accused, as I was, and locked up and in prison, and they try to make you confess, but you stand your ground as a man, then they get pissed off. Now, my question is, where were the employees who made this phone call and who made this accusation? Where is the footage from Walmart to prove that the young man was telling the truth? And where is the footage from the bus that showed that the cops brutalized him intentionally? And they knew damn well what they were doing. And then they have the nerve to charge him? Are you serious? And this is the reason why we don't trust the police. This is the reason why we don't call them our friends. Because this is what they do. And even the so-called good cops cover up for their partners because they're afraid of retaliation. So there's a no win-win all the way around. And they'll come into court and they'll swear an oath to tell the truth and sit there and lie because they want a conviction. I'll keep you updated on this story. Tyrone Bowman. If you want to keep up on what I'm doing, please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. Never surrender. Never quit.